Otakus Justin here, back with another episode of Essential Anime. This is episode 49, and today we are going to be talking about the anime from the 1980s, which is entitled Violence Jack. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. Violence Jack was considered to be a sequel of Devilman. The world was destroyed in a battle between Devilman and Satan. Satan was saddened after having killed Devilman. He decided that the world should not have ended that way and created the world of before the apocalypse. He then turned himself into the most vile of creatures, a mute and limbless wretch, and created the Slum King to torment him. Half man, half giant, Jack is large and incredibly strong and wields a large jackknife. Jack scorns the underworld and lends his strength to the good cause of protecting the weak and bringing justice to the post-apocalyptic world. This is, I would have to say, first of all, watching this, you really don't even get any references to Devilman or the Devilman series, so I don't know why is this actually considered a sequel to Devilman. Maybe because the aesthetics, the way the art style is, it could truthfully, honestly be considered a sequel. This is a 3-part OVA, and the titles for episode 1 is Harlem Bomber, episode 2 is Hell's City, episode 3 is Hell's Wind. So I'm gonna have to do a disclaimer for this particular choice, and this is very graphic. It lives up to the name violence, and this is definitely not for the weak of heart of anything. It contains a lot, and I mean a lot of violence and a lot of sexual assault, and they show everything. And not to mention that, when I mean violence-wise, they even show little kids getting shot up. Like, this is a very depraved anime. That being said, there is nothing on this list like it that we have covered in all of these 49 titles. There's nothing like Violence Jack. Believe it or not, as much as violence and depraved this anime is, it does have some type of story. There is a story here. There is a theme here. Because the whole concept of it is the fact that the world had this giant earthquake. The world has been destroyed. And you have the survivors. And what will mankind do in this type of environment? How will mankind be? And this anime is just showing you that we'll be just freaking complete savages. And really just be giving in to the most darkest of impulse in order to survive and fulfill our sexual desires. And I like the fact that Jack is one of those people who just is like, look, anyone doing this type of shit is getting taken out. And he is the one that goes in and goes from town to town, kind of freeing the innocents and those who are preyed on by these people who are giving into the depravity and demonic desires. And he goes in there and he's just knocking everybody out. I mean, there is some really good action in this. This is 80s anime to a T when it comes to voice acting, animation, the graphic imagery. You wouldn't get an anime like this in today's age. There will be a complete campaign to cancel it or to censor it or to heavily make sure that this never sees the light of day. So why is this an essential anime? Just because of that. There's nothing really like Violence Jack out there, especially with the level of violence and the level of imagery and gore that I'm going to be covering. I think this is probably the most goriest, the most depraved anime that I'm going to cover so far in this entire Essential Anime series that we've been doing for like 3 to 4 years. I like the voice acting in this. The Japanese dub does a great job. And I have to say, for the female characters in here, the ones who do become, unfortunately, victims of their assault or just attacks, even violent attacks, they come back, especially the last story, A Hell's Wind. There's a woman who lost her boyfriend to this gang called the Hell's Wind, and unfortunately she was assaulted, and they let her live, and she comes back like how I will spit your grave. She comes back with a vengeance. You just can't help but applaud when she finally gets her revenge and just starts killing the Hell's Wind and just throwing bombs and just really killing. I kind of hate the fact that they kind of did a situation where she gets captured again, and then they bring back, so all that strength that it was built up, they kind of take that away and make her just kind of like this damsel in distress for Jack to kind of save the day. But I did like that arc that she had where she became stronger, and then she was out for revenge, and she was just so very tactful with the way she was taking out these guys and taking out these enemies. So I will definitely, I would say that this is definitely not for everybody. This is a hard TVMA, very hard TVMA, just due to the depravity of the assaults that happen in this. I mean, there's a woman getting assaulted every single episode, and it's got to the point, even by the third episode, I'm just like, enough already. We get it. I'm just like, is everyone in this freaking universe just so sex deprived that they're just preying on the first woman they see? It was just like, enough already. Like, my God. And it's not, and there's points that it's just like, are you even like doing this in a way that, you know, you're trying to send a message, or it's just like, well, all humans are just all savages and we're just going to give into our darkest desires because we've lost everything. So these are the questions that are actually raised in here, but it's nothing like it. That's why it's on Essential Anime. If you get your hands on it, check it out. Let me know what you think of the level of violence and depravity, and just, it's violent. It's called Violence Jack for a reason. I will definitely say that. It's called Violence Jack for a reason, people. It's not for the weak at heart. It's not for the sensitive. This is that old school Wild Wild West type of anime where back in the days where the artists were just free to do whatever. You're not gonna get something like this in these day and age where the artists can just create just to get, you know, do whatever type of imagery or message or anything else like that. There will be an outcry everywhere. So this is Justin from Otaku and Geeks with another episode of Essential Anime. Have you ever seen Violence Jack? And if you did, comment below, let me know. We will be back next Thursday with episode 50 with another anime from my collection, and why I think it's one of the essential ones that you should be checking out and having on your collection list. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, please, very important. And not to mention, if you're watching this from otakusageeks.com, please spread the word. Thank you. Check out our website. Thank you for browsing. And this is it. Later days. Catch you on the next one. Peace and love. Later.